got shanked, got shot anyway. Not a very productive pistol round. That makes it 8-8 and suddenly gives, probably gives the advantage back to Semper Fidelis, because what is common after winning the pistol round?
Winning 2 more rounds.
So that makes it 10-8, hypothetically. And at that point, Vanguard really need to be winning these gun rounds if they want to take this to a third map, if they want to have a chance at that €1,250 prize money. Now, with these CZs, of course, they might still be able to get something done, especially against mainly SMGs on the opposite side, and they're just going to be trying to rush the hell into this B site. One man goes down to Infernal CZ, but
look at the flank already coming in, but luckily for Semper, there's LXJ just holding it off, just waiting around. And if I was XD and Smogger, I would just save these pistols. XD though has an exit frag, but still it's a 2v3, you have no kit, you have no utility. And it's the B side, there's so many angles to check. I don't think they stand a chance against this buy-up of Semper, and indeed they will go for exits. They're just chilling around. But Semper can just call, yo, Apsis safe exit, group up, but nice Smugger gives away an AK, or takes an AK as Xaler gives it up. And I'm really confused by Semper right there, because it was just a safe exit, you can just call it, and they didn't. And that way they just ruined some $3,700.
And that's how you pay for the risks that you take if they go bad. But high risk, high reward. Not in this case though, just a high risk with, well, more high risk actually, because his reward could have been $300, which isn't that much, but doesn't matter all that much either. We've got an AK on Vanguard. Of course that Smogger saved, and for the rest, Exley who saved his armor, yeah, no one really bought into this, so really going to be trying to save up that cash. And
read is correct from Semper. They actually expect the B side to be stacked, and indeed it is. Bonin does ding Masty, but he dies to him and LXJ. Bomb has been planted, and there's 3 guys coming from mid, which makes it really hard. Xaler and Masty both getting a kill, and 2 guys in jungle. 1 getting a kill into Frey. 1 should get a gun, but it's in an awkward position, so they can't really. And now, ooh! Xaler almost getting killed, 6 HP left, but Infernal is the only man from Vanguard still standing. He's holding that pistol and is holding it to his death. 10-8 for Semper Fidelis, who are finally retaking the lead after an amazing pistol.
Unable to get an exit even was Infernal, unfortunately for him, but this round they're gonna have money again, and we see M4s across the board here for Vanguard. Semper Fidelis definitely not poor themselves, got full rifles as well. No snipers in this round quite yet. We're not there yet, so raw rifle aim. Let's see if Vanguard's going to be able to take this round and maybe keep this close, keep it exciting, or if Semper Fidelis is going to bring us closer and closer to winning this 2-0, because I remind you, they did win the first map.
Yeah, now we see Masty taking up position. It's almost a Mexican standoff, but Masty comes out on top. Meanwhile, XD takes down Alex, but he gets battered, but he does get the better of Masty. 4-3-3 now, Vanguard taking the advantage. It took some effort and a lack of shooting from Masty. Good play from XD, but ooh, Hunter, you're not checking your angles. And that costs you a lot of HP. 2 left after he takes 2 damage from an A, so that could have turn things upside down. And well, things are looking grim for Semper. Will they be able to get closer? Will they get to that 11th round, or will they have to concede it and get Vanguard closer? They do have money to rebuy on most of the players. Semper does. If they get a plant, they can easily drop for everyone, but before that it's really hard.
Quite difficult, but 4 versus 3, Hunter very low HP, and that bomb seems to be ready to get on this site here. Now, whether or not they'll be able to get there is going to be curious, and ooh, will these flames be burning Exley? It looks just about as if he's safe, and they would really be able to use a smoke here, but don't use one. Hunter had one, but he was somewhere else, unfortunately, and that sort of loses them the round. If they would have been together and they could have used that smoke for CT, that bomb could have gone down at least, and like you said, they would have been able to drop, but now it's looking a bit less comfortable. Frey did manage to get a drop, and actually it's fine, but when it comes to utility, it's also fine. So this round, definitely no stress quite yet.
Yes, and 5 M4s for Vanguard, 5 AKs for Semper, and a whole lot of utility on both sides. Who will make this work best? Because we haven't seen them go head-to-head before this best of 3 series even started, and they're showing that they're both very capable and both ready to fight for that lovely prize money. And now, what do we see here? It's a lot of smokes, and you can't really see through them unless if you're wanting to get banned.
Yeah, that's what we have admins for, luckily, but we can see through, and we can see that Bolin manages to pick up Xaler there and gets the man advantage. That's something that they need, Vanguard, because they want to be bouncing back here. And that bomb dropped all the way in the back, gonna be picked up, and looks like they're gonna decide on a site to go to, and they're in a pretty good position to capitalize on this as well. But if the CTs decide to rotate prematurely, that could really ruin the fun for Semper Fidelis here. Now, judging by where we see the bomb go, this can be either very good or very bad, but with the setup they have, you would expect them not to be going where they are with that bomb. So either we're going to be seeing a very elaborate fake or a very late rotation, and it looks to be the latter of the two. Now Frey, with a pretty good position, managed to pick up one, but goes down after doing a lot of damage to Bolin. So making it a little bit easier for the rest of his team, but they are a man down now and will be pushing out onto this B side. First man goes down to NGL, that is. Hunter manages to return on him, and Infernal is there to pick up Hunter. So only Alex J now against 3 counter-terrorists. Vanguard looking in a very good position.
Yeah, the fake was sold really well, but then they just delayed for way too long, which meant, well, it's done, we're rotating back. We know it's not going to be A, and we're going to commit on towards the B side, and that means Vanguard has now closed it up to 10-10. Buy round for them, eco for Semper, or at least some pistol armor for those who can afford it, and the only guy who can is Hunter. They are now on a 2-round losing streak, probably soon to add a third unless if this possible rush works out wonders.
Right, but we've got Musty going into this underpass here to have a little bit of a look. Oh, that is a very good grenade. Frey and Alex almost die instantly there. The Molotov will follow it up, and the B side is just completely locked down here. That bomb is definitely not getting in there for a while, and perhaps other opportunities should be considered here by Semper Fidelis, but it doesn't look like they want to. It looks like they are still keen on this, and Nigel might be making a very large mistake here, but instead gets Frey, and luckily the bomb was able to get out of there in time. Smogger gets the frag on Musty, and this is starting to look a lot more comfortable than it initially did.
Yeah, Xaler now rushing down on short and is now being taken down. That means it's 11-10, and Vanguard is now in the lead once again. It took some time, and they will now face a bye. The time has come.
Has it
There's
now?
M4s.
So Vanguard back in the lead, finally, and luckily we see Semper Fidelis back on guns as well. So this is going to be a proper buy round, and one that might decide, well, this map actually, because if Vanguard managed to win this and they force Semper Fidelis back onto an eco, then they're going to be able to grind out quite some rounds before we see another one of these buy rounds. And we haven't seen any ops yet, have we?
And there goes some nades from Smogger. Does a little bit of damage, but it's not as deadly as Frey, his headshots, but he stands in sandwich. Smogger gets 1, gets 2, gets 3, gets 4, and will he get the ace? No, probably not, because Bonin will steal it away from him. Bonin is in the connector looking the wrong way. Hunter takes him down. And will this mean that Smogger gets his ace? Will he be able to hunt Hunter? And no, he won't. Nigel finishes him off, and it's 12-10 for Vanguard, going for that third and final map.
And look at the money we have on Semper Fidelis. That is not enough for a full buy. That means we're probably going to be seeing 13-10 on Vanguard. At that point, Semper Fidelis really need to wake up if they still want to take this 2-0, but it's looking more and more likely that we're going to be seeing Cobblestone as a third map here.
And now we have an eco once again, which means it will probably be somewhat fast, keep the tempo into it, and well, those Deagles, what can they do? Smogger can do a whole lot usually, but now dies instantly to the hands of Hunter. Actually with that, but Bonin is more deadly, gets 2, Hendrik Zahler fall for his incredible looks, and LXJ now pushing him as well. Has an AK, gets the kill on him. It's a 3v3, but the A side is still not taken. There is one man waiting around, and will he get a kill? No, he misses a shot. It's Ixley with that AWP. And Nigel from short takes down Frey. LXJ dies to Ixley, and now it's all on to Masty. Has a deagle, has no armor, but does have an AWP.
He does indeed, but is it going to be enough? Or maybe he would rather just hang on to this and take it into the next round, because losing this now wouldn't be favorable for them, and he does in fact lose it. I just wanted to check their money. Actually, they could afford a new one if they want one, but I have a feeling that they might not, and actually they go for a timeout, which is good timing to do, considering they have enough money for a buy, and I think we've discussed this last week a lot when we saw a lot of timeouts come in before ecos, but okay, so they need a second to decide on what they're going to do, maybe to calm down a little bit, you know, ease their nerves and try and bounce back, take this, and maybe finish the Belgian National Championships 2-0 in the Grand Final.
Well, I think Vanguard will take this. Just a gamble. We see them playing really well. What we expected them to do at train is what they're doing now, like controlling the map, doing different plays every now and then, pushing somewhere, but not too much. And now we're finally seeing that. Now we're finally seeing it work, because on train they did it, and every time they just got wrecked, got smashed. Every time they had a dream, it would just be crushed.
I have a dream.
It's like seeing Bob Ross die. Like,
wow.
You want him to live on forever, but it doesn't happen.
Look what we've got on the screen again, that fancy ass check for our victors. And soon there will be the decision, the outcome of who's going to be that victor. And now the break seems to have lifted, and we're back into the match here. 13-10 is the scoreline, and Vanguard is in the lead with that still, but we're on another bye round, and let's see if this is the end of the second map and if we'll be seeing a third.
And yeah, double offset from Vanguard is just quite interesting, because Semper usually has some like aggressive fast plays, and here we see them again just instantly collapsing onto this side. And Frey taking down Smogger. Xaler dying by a team molly, or Masty rather, and Ixley and Bodin both getting one more kill. 2 players left for the Semper side. And well, one of them was a team kill. Xaler, the only man left, but Infernal manages to take him down. 14 rounds now for them. And the time has come for them to get either ruined or come back.
All right then, so they do luckily have enough money to make something out of that, but they're going to need more than just money. They're going to need a play, Tollers. They're going to need to be creative here if they want to get something done, because again, it seems like Vanguard have just figured out how they need to defend. This is not only aim, because we know that Semper Fidelis is able to aim just as well, or even better, from what we saw last map. So this middle take might be the beginning of the end here for Vanguard.
Yeah, Bodin taking 1 kill onto Frey, that has a teammate just standing by in case he needs to. Hunter taking down Nigel, will now try to entry onto Bodin as well. Hits him, 50 HP left for him. Infernal now from the ladder room takes down Masty, and also takes down Alex. Bodin dies. Xaler just doing work, but unfortunately his teammate Hunter died, and that means map point for Vanguard Esports. And will they bring it on towards Cobblestone? Will we see that beautiful castle being ruined by a lot of blood?
Oh dear. Now, match point. It's looking like this is going to go all the way. This is going to go all 3 Tolders.
Yes.
Yes.
I just want to see 3 maps. I want to see Cobblestone. We've seen Train. I love that map. And I like to see Cobble as well. It brings some nice plays to the table. And
which one of these teams have we seen on Cobble? We've seen Cobble.
I never remember. When I cast the match, I walk away and I forget everything.
Unfortunately.
I don't even know who I casted. I don't even know what map, let alone what the score was.
We have some people that are paying a bit more consistent attention. Well, we're paying attention, but that are actually keeping notes. And it's like Semper is the one that we've seen on Cobble, from what I understand, from what's being whispered in my ear. And Bolin finds fray as the first frag, even though it almost took a minute. And that's just showing you how careful Semper is doing this, but not careful enough. They've lost another 2 members to Exley and Bolin. Musty and Sailor are down. Hunter and Alex J have to get this done if they want to still win 2-0, but it's looking less and less likely, and Alex J has a good position here though to at least find